So I oftentimes go into GameStop expecting to pick up one thing and end up picking up something different or extra. And this was no exception. When I was going to pick up my standard edition of Metroid Dread, I saw a couple things behind the counter, just sitting there. The Amiibo set. So this is the Metroid Dread Samus and Emmy Amiibos and the Metroid Dread limited edition on the Nintendo Switch. Next up, and this I ordered a long time ago, and it finally came in. I haven't opened it yet, nor have I played this game. Now, I do know, yes, there's a big twist, and yes, I know it goes into a very dark and disturbing world, but I haven't played this game. I don't know much beyond that, so I'm excited to actually play this for myself. We have Doki Doki Literature Club Plus on the Switch. So this game came out, I believe, a couple years ago on PC exclusively, and it was free when it came out. And it kind of took the world by storm because at first glimpse, it looks like a dating sim type game or like a visual novel. But you notice a big mature rating right there. It's not that. In fact, on the back of the box, it even says, experience the #1 psychological horror experience. So yes, this does become a horror game at one point. So I have not opened this up. This is the physical copy of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus from Serenity Forge, which is the publisher of this game, apparently. I ordered it directly from them because I thought it was going to be a pretty limited run. Turns out, of course, after I did that and paid for it, every other retailer got their own shipment. But I do think, even though you could get this on like Amazon or from various websites, I don't think it's going to be a super common game, so I'm glad I picked it up. So let's take a look and see what comes in this special edition. So we have the game, we have a little notepad, and then the bonus stuff. We have a business card. Interesting. Aw, you get your own Literature Club member card. There's a soundtrack download, but I'm not going to show that because I want to keep the code. And then it looks like you get some stickers. So here's some stickers. Oh, little figurines, like little paper statues of the characters. That's cool. And then this note looks like it's a poem. Pretty cool. So some interesting stuff included in this special edition of Doki Doki on the Switch. So of course I will dive into that at some point. I don't know when. I was hoping I could get my Elgato working because I have a feeling this would be a great game to play for Halloween because it's horror, but I haven't. I might try to get it working over the next few days because I would like to play this for spooky time, but we'll see. Anyway, I paid $30 for this, and what's interesting is it's actually worth more than I paid already. Apparently this is a fairly limited release, so it's currently worth $50 on price trading, so that's pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to get to the stuff I got today. This was the lone thing I kept from Pawn Shop, and I'm going to open this up just because I'm curious about the condition. But it's one of those things where I saw it, and I kind of had to get it, because first of all, it's not every day you find a sealed PSP game, but also just the condition of this seal is so bad. So, and it was cheap, so I'm like, you know what? I have a complete in-box PSP game, might as well. So, we have MX vs. ATV Untamed on the PSP. It was $4 from Value Pawn. It's worth $11. I'm gonna open it, because obviously this is not a candidate for grading or anything like that. So let's open up this game and see how, I mean, obviously the seal is in pretty bad shape, but let's see if the actual game and the case are in good condition around the seal. Alright, so here we go. It's exchanged hands a few times. Let's just put it that way. Now what's funny is when you take off the seal, or the wrap, you can tell that this got some water damage. So there was like a gap in there. I think it got rained on or something. Yeah, you can kind of see on the inside of the case, there's definitely some water damage. Manual looks pretty good. I've got a nice advertisement for Cars Mater National on the back from THQ. And here is the UMD. It looks perfectly fine, as expected, because it is essentially a new game. So now it's not sealed anymore. It's a complete in-box copy of MX vs. ATV Untamed. And I do eventually plan on getting a PSP, one that works properly, unlike the one I attempted to buy several weeks ago. But now I have a complete in-box game to add to the collection, so that's pretty cool. And I mean, these games are fun. They're always a classic, fun to play game. All right, let's get to the Metroid stuff. Now, before we get to the big stuff, I did want to show this off, which is the pre-order bonus for Metroid Dread. Even though I did technically cancel my pre-order Metroid Dread, it was just so I could pick up the special edition. So I still got the pre-order bonus, which is this cool pin set. It's got Samus and Emmy. So that's pretty cool. I can add that with my Mario Golf one that I got for pre-ordering that one as well. Nintendo likes to give out pin sets for some reason. All right, we have the Metroid Dread Amiibos. Now, before I open this up, did want to mention these are pretty valuable. Of course, when they announced this Amiibo set to go with Metroid Dread, they sold out pretty much everywhere. So I had a feeling this was going to be very difficult to come by, and GameStop had 2 of them available. So of course I had to get it. Paid $30 in credit for it, and brand new, this Amiibo set is currently going for $67 on price charting. Obviously that's a lot of money, and it's even more when we get to the special edition. But I want to keep these because A, these are really cool looking, and B, they actually do benefit you in the game. So yes, I could flip this for an easy buck, or I can add them to my Amiibo collection and enjoy them. And that's what we're really doing when it comes to gaming. Like, yeah, I know some people buy games to flip and that's it. I'm a gamer. I like to play games. I like to enjoy my games. So I'm gonna open this so we can take a look at these up close. Alright, so we have the 2 Amiibo. So here is Emmy. This is the robot that's going to be chasing Samus down in Metroid Dread. Pretty nice looking Amiibo, honestly. This gives you bonuses. On the back of the box, replenishes your missiles once per day, and you get a bonus missile plus tank whenever you scan that Amiibo. And here is Samus in her awesome looking Metroid Dread suit, or the Zero suit. I love the detail in this Amiibo. That's really nice looking. So I got both of those. Samus in Metroid Dread refills your energy once per day, and you get a bonus energy tank. So using these in the game actually gives you some pretty solid bonuses. Kind of a little less than the Loftwing Amiibo. That one's still kind of the weirdest one because that one gives you a fundamental advantage. The fact you can immediately go from the sky to the ground as opposed to if you don't have it. So these just give you little bonuses, which I'm sure are helpful in the game, but it's interesting. I mean, I still like the Loftwing Amiibo a lot, and I'm glad I found one. But these do less, but I think it's more so just the fact that they look really cool. And if you're a big Metroid fan, you're definitely going to want to pick these up. So, got them for $30 in credit. All right, here's the big one. So, here is the Metroid Dread Special Edition. Now, I honestly never expected to get this. Because first of all, when they first became available, they were sold out immediately. No retailer had them. So, I went in fully expecting to pick up my regular copy of Metroid Dread, and I had a bunch of credit left over. I was hoping I would find the Amiibo, and I did. So I'm glad I was able to pick that up, but I never expected to find the special edition. This was the only one they had. It was one copy. It was sitting behind the counter. It was available. It was one of those things where I could not let it stay there. I had enough credit to pick it up. Not gonna find this again, let's be honest, unless you want to pay an arm and a leg for it. So I'm like, you know what? I can pay retail price and get this special edition. I'm gonna do it. So here it is, the Metroid Dread Special Edition. Here's the front of it. The back is friggin' awesome. Like, honestly, if that was a poster, I would hang that up on my wall. That is the coolest thing. So this special edition includes the game, steelbook, an art book, and art cards. So it's not the most, like, gigantic special edition. I mean, this thing is heavy, though, so it must have a pretty substantial art book / art cards and all that stuff. It has to be pretty substantial if the box is that heavy. So I'm gonna open this very carefully because I'm gonna display the box in my living room. Before I open this, I do want to mention, and again, this is gonna hurt some of the people, you know, like to make some money on games. Right now, the special edition of Metroid Dread is currently selling for $164. I paid $90 in trading credit for it. So I could flip this and make $74 on it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to treasure it. It will be probably the crown jewel of my Switch collection at this point because I don't have any other special editions. Like Doki Doki might be my rarest game besides this one. So, I mean, I'm gonna do a full walkthrough of some of my Switch games in a future episode, so you'll get to see more about my Switch collection, but yeah, this is probably gonna be the crowning jewel of my Switch collection. So I pulled out the first bit, which is this. Okay, all right. So here's the steelbook. Very nice shot of Samus. Lots of robots behind her in the background. Cool background. I believe the game is in here. Yes. That's a very slick looking case. I love the Metroid symbol. And then there's the game chip right there. Very cool. So these are the art cards. Yo, I didn't even notice this. Alright, so you know Nintendo went all out on this special edition. The cardboard that those were sitting in has details in it. Like, they're robots climbing a mountain on the cardboard. There's battle damage on the cardboard. That's awesome. I've never heard of a game going that hard where the cardboard that holds the steelbook and the art cards has details on it. That's amazing. So let's open these up and then we're gonna take a look at the art book, which the art book is the weight. It looks like a legit like coffee table book. That's an impressive looking art book. So let's open these cards up and take a look at these. So here's the first one. That's pretty slick. Are these literally all the Metroid games? Yep, that's what it looks like. So here's a cool... It looks like it's kind of holographic artwork of all of the Metroid titles that have been released. So here's Metroid 2, The Return of Samus from the Game Boy. Oh, that's so sick. Then we have Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance, and then the final game of the mainline Metroid series, Metroid 5, Metroid Dread, on the Nintendo Switch. These are sick. These are really, really cool. Also love the fact that the holder is also a major part of this. Yeah, Nintendo kind of killed it when it comes to the packaging of this, so I understand why people wanted this. Like, you have the Metroid logo embossed on this. It's got the same battle damage as the cardboard does. That's sick. That's really, really cool. Put that to the side. All right, let's take a look at this art book, which is freaking huge, I might add. So here is the empty box. I'm probably gonna put the cards and the cardboard back in the box for display. This, though, I think I'm gonna have to find a place for it. But like this thing, like when most special editions come with an art book, you expect it to be like the one for this, you know, a little, you know, fun little thing. It shows you some cool art from the game, but like it's something that you're easily gonna kind of forget about after a little bit. That's not what this is at all. Like this is a legitimate art book. Like, look at this thing. Look at that. It's hardcover. It's very heavy. Let's take a look at some of the art. Oh man, here we go. Here's some great old school key art of our heroine, Samus Aran. That's awesome. More Samus right here. That's really nice. Oh, here's Metroid Fusion Samus right there. The Metroid Fusion suit. Yo, this is legit. Here's some concept art of one of the games. I'm not sure which one, but like, if you are a big time... Oh, there's schematics and maps and stuff here. This is legit. Like, yeah, this looks like one of the maps from, I would assume, Metroid Dread. This is awesome. This is really cool. So, I was a little skeptical because, like, that special edition is $90 and it only included an art book, a steelbook case, obviously the game, and some cards. Worth every penny. Like, the box like the box is worth it. Like, that is amazing. I love that art. The front of the box looks great. The cardboard that holds the cards and the game case is great. The art book is freaking amazing. Like, one of the best art books I've ever seen. So Nintendo knocked this out of the park. So obviously this is going to be a very difficult version of Metroid Dread to come by, but if you can find it and not pay an arm and a leg for it, or I mean, if you're okay paying an arm and a leg for it, that's fine too. I would say pick this up. I think this is a very, very good version of the game, and it looks great. So I'm excited to display this. I need to find a place to properly display that art book, because that is a really nice art book. And now I have my first Nintendo Switch Steelbook case. It looks really good. So I'm excited to finally get to play Metroid Dread on the Switch. It's gonna be a good time. That is gonna do it for this episode of The Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. New videos in this series air on Mondays. And I might be doing some experimentation soon on this series, just because obviously game hunting is fun. And we're going to keep game hunting when we can. But I think it'd be kind of cool to start going into more collectors type stuff. Probably the first episode I'm going to plan is I'm going to go over some of the highlights of my Nintendo Switch collection. Obviously you just saw one of them with Metroid Dread, but I have some other really cool games that I think would be cool to show off, as well as like Joy-Cons and other accessories and things. So I think that'd be kind of fun. So if you want to see me do more of a deep dive into my personal collection when it comes to the games, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I can also give some like tips and tricks on how I've collected my games and systems and stuff. So I think it'd be pretty fun to kind of go that route and see what people think. So we'll do some experimentation throughout this series, but obviously the focus is always going to be game hunting, so we'll keep game hunting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week on The Bargain Game Hunter.